Hello. Good late evening on June 29th. It's about to be June 30th in about 11 minutes. My name is Jordan Alexander Riley. I was born February 6th, 1998. I am a native to Kansas City, Missouri. I was born at North Kansas City Hospital. This vlog, I'm going to put my story out, and I'm going to talk about my story as I go along with life. I was born into separate families. I was born into the Riley families, which is my last name, my father's last name, and then my mom's family. And I stayed with my mom. I lived with my mom. I visit my dad on the weekends like twice a month until high school. High school, I didn't really ever see him. He came out to my football games every once in a while, but other than that, we didn't see each other. Once I got to high school, I moved to Harrisonville in high school. So we're gonna backtrack. So that's high school. That's the high school situation. So when I was a baby, I went to Oklahoma for preschool. I went to like a special preschool. The main focus there was like art and like music stuff. So like art and music helps me with my whatever I got. I don't know. When I got to kindergarten, I moved to Liberty with my mom and my half brother, and I started going to school at Alexander Donovan. Went to Alexander Donovan. I learned how to play the violin in the third grade. Started playing football in the third grade. Played for the Missouri Wolverines, which is a part of North Suburban football. They're still around. They've been around for 25 years. I'm 26, so I'm like that's like crazy. Now that I'm back in Kansas City after everything, I got put on and like when I was like 12. If you know what Vyvanse is, it's a form of ADHD medication. It's not good. I would not put your kids on that. What will happen? So fast forward. I played a lot of sports as a kid. Fast forward. We're gonna fast forward through all that. We'll talk about that stuff for a different day. I went to the 8th grade. That's when I moved to Harrisonville. Harrisonville was very rough for me. I'm a mixed kid going to a predominant white school. More predominant than Liberty was at the time. Things were rough at home with family. I should have took football more seriously going on. It's kind of hard. My mom, she did the best that she could with what she got, just like I'm doing the best that I can with what I got. So we're gonna fast forward to junior year. Junior year, I got my first job at UPS. I was working while going to school. I got accepted into Missouri Western and St. Joseph senior year. It was a D2 school. I decided not to go, and I decided to go to community college. Where community college, when I graduated, I went off and on, back and forth. After I graduated high school, me and my mom, we lost our house and we lost all of our stuff. I don't even have a high school diploma right now because we lost it in storage. We lost everything in storage. I don't have anything from the past. No maybe pictures, no maybe items, nothing. It all got lost in storage when we lost the house. My mom got on drugs. She went to jail. You could probably look her up online, Alicia Renee Andrews at Lexington Jail. She hung herself with her bed sheets. That was probably one of the hardest times in my life because 2 days after she killed herself, I got my first apartment. I will always remember my first apartment because my mom literally killed herself like 2 days before. And it was a month before my birthday. So that and I started going to school that semester too. It's all messed up. It's all messed up. I was working care at the time. The people that own that, they don't even own that anymore. It's been bought out by somebody else. Moved to Michigan with my ex. We moved to Michigan with a dog. Then we got a second dog up there. She took the dogs. My name is on the papers for the dogs. Did I fight for the dogs? No. When we stayed up there, arts, and that kind of consumed a lot of our relationship because I was in the gym more than I was at home. So she, loneliness, depression, she went and did her thing. Hopefully she's happy now. I put a lot into mixed martial art, the gym that I was going to. And when I say I put a lot into the gym, I'm talking about my development and my skills because of the type of athlete I am. The type of athlete I am, when it's like practice time, I don't really joke around. I take that stuff seriously. And that probably killed some of the relationships that I had there because they probably didn't really understand how to deal with an athlete like me. And I'm saying that not out of ego or out of cockiness. When I was a kid, I had physical trainers and stuff like that. Like football and like sports were pretty serious in my life at one point, and my family put a lot of money into it. My mom always thought I was gonna play football. She thought that like I was gonna make it. I was gonna go to college. I was gonna walk on at Missouri Western. I didn't. I decided to stay home and help my mom and support my mom. Not every decision is a good decision. As I go on with time, I will elaborate about what has happened in my life, and I will just be honest. I don't have anything, hit anything, or never tried to. Was I smart about certain things? Yeah, just because I just know how the world really is. So like the more stuff that's against me, the harder it is for someone like me to break through. I know that for a fact. Um, when I was with my ex, we were together for like 4 or 5 years, some change. Were we both loyal to each other? No. Nah. She can't sit there and say I did this, and this because she did the same thing. Can you really blame me or her for what happened? No. It takes two to tango. I hold myself accountable for the decisions that I made. But I'm telling you right now, it is what it is at this point. I am a 26-year-old African American mixed with white, living in Kansas City, Missouri. I was living up in Michigan for like a couple of years. That's where I got into MMA. I was going to school up there too at the community college. I've had like online problems with trying to like get my transcripts from them. Not a big deal. I just make a phone call, fix it. And it ain't no thing, chicken wing type of shit, right? Never got to fight. I spent a lot of time at the gym and never got to fight. Was I patient? I could have been more patient, but if you would have seen how I was, you would understand that I was not going to be patient. Like, come on. I'm spending my Friday nights at a gym with like an older guy holding pads for like an hour after doing boxing. Like come on now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give a dude a benefit of the doubt. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They're my old fight team. I've reached out to them. I'm trying to make amends. Is it gonna work? Probably not. It is what it is. Not every relationship's meant to last forever. I can only do so much, but I understand where I was in the wrong at. Am I toxic? No, I'm not toxic. Just going through a lot emotionally. I mean, I just got out of the Navy, which I will talk about later on another vlog. There's a lot of stuff I have to talk about. I'm gonna tell my story so that others can't tell my story. The Navy I was in for a year. It was rough. It was really rough. Half the ship were, the other half were not. It was really weird. Half the ship was fucking with me, the other half was not. And on my way out, I will always remember being called a dumbass for leaving, and I will always remember that we were just trying to help you. I won't get into depths about what happened because what happens in the military stays in the military. Every military person knows that. Does other people talk about their military experience? Yeah. Am I going to? No. Just like there's some things that happened at that gym I'm not going to talk about. There's just some things you talk about and there's some things that you don't talk about. I will hold myself to a certain standard if others do not choose to hold themselves to a certain standard. I like I said, my mom always thinks my family was preparing me to be an athlete. So I know how to uphold myself, and I do not care what others say about me, and I do not care of the judgments of what others have to say about me. Some people think I am crazy. Maybe I am. I have dreams, and if you look at everyone who's ever made it, sacrifice is the key word. They did things that they had to do to get by till they got there. They worked jobs that they did not want to work. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I know that for a fact because there's jobs that I've worked and I'm going to be working again that I don't want to work, but I'm going to have to work to get to where I want to go. In most of my life, I've worked 2 jobs. I've never really chilled, like just in the moment type shit. And some people think that's bad. I think that's good because it gives me a different perspective on the world and it gives me a different perspective on the workforce. A lot of people want me to get in the middle class and stay in the middle class. I have nothing against the middle class. Middle class is great if you can survive and make it to it. The average American is not even in middle class, if we're going to be honest. They're not. They're like in the lower middle. They're not at the upper middle. I have decided team or my old fight team doesn't want to reconnect and build relationships with me. It's all right. It's cool. I've had plenty of people turn their back to me before. Does not matter to me. I have decided that I'm going to fight alone. So that means I will get my fighting license by myself. I will get my medical stuff done by myself, and I will walk into the cage by myself. Every fighter walks in the cage alone. I will be walking to the cage and in the cage alone, and I am okay with that. That's the decision that I made when I was in the swing. I was swinging, or like 20 minutes ago. Swinging, I was thinking about what to do with my life. There's a lot of things I want to do, and I do know what I've learned is you have to do one thing at a time. That's what this means. You have to do one thing at a time so that it lasts, so that you don't burn out. So I will fight to get myself to the pro level, and hopefully I will be young enough to transfer to another sport. Will I ever wear a UFC belt? I have no idea. I don't know. But all I do know is I have a lot of talent, I have a lot of skills, and I have to use what God has given me, what God has gifted me to get to where I want to go. This right here, I'm just gonna have to get good and not take a lot of damage. Probably gonna take. I gotta do my bit. I gotta do what I gotta do, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I have decided that like okay, I'm going to. I'm okay taking this walk alone, and I'm okay doing this alone. I know Missouri. I will be in Missouri for a little bit, but I plan on moving to get myself set up, get my businesses going. I've been working on some businesses. I'm trying to build myself up and build my brand. I'm trying to build relationships. I'm trying to like network. Am I going to be able to network with everybody? No. What I've learned is you network with certain things to get you to the next thing. Like athletes who rep Nike, not all of them started out with Nike. They started out with other things to get there. So that's what I'm going to do. I've watched very closely of other people's success stories, and my story is a little bit similar to some of the others that I will go in more in depth as I go along on my journey. I have not been consistent with my podcasts. I've not been consistent with my vlogs. I plan on being more consistent with my vlogs. Me and my dad's relationship. My dad loves me. I know that. In my heart, I know he loves me. He may not show it, or he may not show it the way that I want him to show it, but I know he loves me because I'm his kid. It's hard not to love your kid. Um, Do I want to fight my dad sometimes? Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I bet you there are times that he wants to fucking fight me too. No bullshit. So, uh, hopefully, if I ruin any opportunities doing this, it is what it is. I've been sitting here on the sidelines for a very long time, and I'm tired of watching other people live my dreams. The only way I'm going to live my dreams is by living. So that means by pushing forward, and that means fighting. I am 26 years old. I have no college degree. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a car. I don't have a lot of things. And some people would be like, "You gotta lie. You gotta lie." No. I'm not, dude. That's not me. That's not me. I'm not doing that shit. Cause like I'll have a car here soon. I'm not worried about it. Not for, I I'm just gonna be me, man. You know, either take me how I am or don't take me at all. That's all I have to say. My dad said that no one's fucking with you because you don't have money. I have money. Do I have a lot of it? I have no idea. I got money saved up. I got enough money to get me through what I'm going through, and I have enough money to get me a car and my own apartment. I'm just going to be strategic with it. I'm going to be smart with it. Right now, I'm in the rebuild stage. I'm in the basement of my house, my mental house. I'm blessed to be alive. I'm blessed to be here. A lot of people will probably object to this video. Do I really care at this point? No, because I know in my heart my mother would be proud of me, and I know in my heart my mother would want me to do what is best, and what is best is to live my life and get farther than what she did with her life. I don't really talk to my half brother. I talk to my cousins sometimes. It's only if I reach out. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not bullshitting anymore. I'm not covering for other people. I'm not gonna be the scapegoat because other people don't know how to be human beings and don't know how to be people. I understand that people are busy. I understand people are living their lives. I respect that. I'm not mad about that. But I will not sit here and let people tell lies about who I am as a person and about my character and about my honor, because I'm going to be completely honest. I'm one of the most honorable people you may meet. Maybe not the most honorable, but I have more honor than a lot of people out here. And that's something that I've learned in my time in the Navy. Yeah. We're going to see how fighting. I've broken my fingers. So if I break them again, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I already broke them in football. My goal is to get to the NFL. My goal is to play professional sports, and I will get there one way or another. And if that means I have to pick myself up and carry my own self there all the way, I will fucking do that. And I apologize for my language, but this is my story. This isn't anybody else's. And I want to say to those who actually sit and watch, hell yeah. And to those who don't, hell yeah, dog. Thank you for the support, and hopefully I can support you on your journey and on your life, just like you've supported me on mine. I hope you have a wonderful night on June 29th at 1:08. Oh, let me do military time. 0109 p.m. or a.m. Oh, a.m.